Welcome to the introduction to the Site Data Browser for SimClim 4.0 for desktop. We'll just have a quick overview in this video and we'll get into the details of each of the tools within the data browser in separate videos. Let's expand this map window. I have some preloaded site data. There are various ways you can find the data that you're after. You can zoom in to a particular part and see individual sites and click on them, or as you see there, it loads up the data there, or you can type in the name of the data site. If you're aware of what you're after, you can do a search, and by name you can type I'm after the Brisbane airport. There's Brisbane Aero. You can also search by data type, the data that holds just precipitation data, just maximum temperature data, and so forth. Or you can do a combination, and you see these are the only two of those that I had selected about with the name Brisbane that have both precipitation and maximum temperature, and mean temperature, minimum temperature as well. And if we were to do solar radiation, no, there's no site in that selection that has all of those variables. So we can back off and say, okay, those are the four that we will find within this data site. And we'll just load Brisbane as an example for this demo. All right, now what have we got within the site data browser? There are a number of very useful tools here. We could just load the data, and we can see there that it goes back to 1949, and when there isn't any data, it's usually replaced by a -9999, and then we'll go forward and you'll see that there is data there for precipitation, Tmax, Tmean, Tmin. Now, there are a number of tools that you can apply to that data. You can do a selective viewing period, where there may be a particular year or years of the data that you want to focus in on. You can use that tool to select just that data. You can calculate a long-term normal. Just by clicking on you can generate very rapidly a long-term normal for those days for that data. We go back after doing a type of analysis. You need to load the data again. We'll come back to the original data. We can aggregate data. This is daily data. We can aggregate up to monthly, seasonally, yearly, on minimum, maximum, on average, and total. You'll typically use on the average or total. And we will do this in a separate video, but all these tools are available for you. You can also sort data by the year, month, day, depending on what you're interested in. You can look at precipitation, rank it from highest to lowest. That is very useful when you're looking to describe extremes or certain levels of precipitation, maybe days over 100 millimeters of rainfall. You can also do a running mean for data, and the running mean size set to 0, set to previous time step value. All of this is written up in the SimClim 4.0 for desktop user manual. We encourage you to view that either online or as a PDF file to get into the details of this. You can also go to date. You can search out a particular date, month, year, and find an extreme event, for example. If you have a record of something or you know historically that something has occurred, you can go search it out. The other thing you can do is export visible sites. So you can export data as well to any number of uses, and all those on the map. That's quite a large selection there, but you can just export the precipitation data, and then you can choose which sites you want to export, which is quite handy when you want to share this data. All right, now the other thing you can do with data is you can run scenarios on it. So you can, as we showed in the scenario generator, you can perturb this data set, these historic time series data sets, and that can be done through the scenario generator. Again, something that we'll discuss in another video. There you go. That's an introduction to the data browser within SimClim 4.0 for desktop.